Imagine the scene. It is February 21st, 1885, a bitter cold day. A crowd of 800 people are bundled up, stamping their feet because they are about to witness history. After decades of delays, money problems, and even a civil war, the mammoth Washington Monument is finally finished. This is the story of the day America and President Chester A. Arthur dedicated the world's tallest structure and why it almost never happened. The structure was completed in two phases of construction. One private from 1848 to 1854, and one public from 1876 to 1884. The Washington Monument embodies the awe, respect, and gratitude the nation felt for its most essential founding father. When complete, the Washington Monument was the tallest building in the world at 555 feet and 5 1/8 inches. From the day of the dedication, the foundation stone was laid 37 years earlier, but construction was a disaster. It grinded to a halt in 1876. 9 years before the day of the dedication, because the money just ran out. It took a special concurrent resolution from Congress at a whopping $2 million appropriation to get the stones moving again. And here we are, the day of the dedication. Have you ever noticed the bottom third of the monument is a slightly lighter shade than the rest of the construction? Because the marble was obtained from different quarries after the Civil War during Phase 2. Here's a fun fact. A memorial stone from Pope Pius IX was donated during the initial construction phase and caused great controversy. Anti-Catholic sentiment led to the theft of the marble block gifted by the Pope in 1854. Groups that were against immigration, particularly the Know Nothing Party, took control of the Monument Society, opposed the donation, and incited outrage, claiming the monument should be funded solely by Protestant marble. This controversy, coupled with other political and economic issues, halted construction for decades. The donated block was a 3-foot slab from the ancient temple of Concord in Rome. It was engraved in Latin with the words, "From Rome to America." The group vandalized it with hammers, stole it, and threw it into the Potomac River. The original stone was never recovered, although fragments were found over the years. Legend has it, the famous rock turned up in 1892 while divers were digging holes for new piers for the Long Bridge. On his third trip down that day, diver Harry Edwards uncovered an interesting chunk of stone, which he described as a beautifully polished piece of marble with beautiful veins of pink and white. He noticed a deep Gothic engraving, which he could make out some of the letters. It was almost certainly the Pope's stone. In 1982, a replacement stone with the same meaning was donated by Pope John Paul II and is now part of the monument. The monument was officially finished just months before the dedication in December 1884. To complete it, a pyramid-shaped point was placed on top of the obelisk. The 9-inch aluminum pyramid tip was the largest piece of cast aluminum at the time and is still on top of the Washington Monument and in good condition. Although modern work has involved adding stainless steel anchors to help secure the tip against seismic activity. The 4 faces of the apex all bear inscriptions. Most inscriptions are the original 1884 inscriptions, except for the top 3 lines on the east face, which were added in 1934. From 1885 to 1934, a wide gold-plated copper band that held 8 short lightning rods covered most of the inscriptions. These rods damaged and made many of the lines unreadable. Most of the inscriptions read the people involved in the dedication and construction, along with the Latin phrase, "Praise be to God." On this frigid day, the nation's political elite gathered. One of the speakers was Senator John Sherman of Ohio. He also chaired the committee to finish the monument. And yes, he is the younger brother of the famous Civil War general. Then came the moment everyone was waiting for. President Chester A. Arthur stepped up and delivered the powerful final words, officially claiming the monument for the nation. Let's listen in as we read the speech he gave that day.
Fellow countrymen, before the dawn of the century whose eventful years will soon have faded into the past, when death had but lately robbed this republic of its most beloved and illustrious citizen, the Congress of the United States pledged the faith of the nation that in this city bearing his honored name, and then, as now, the seat of the general government, a monument should be erected to commemorate the great events of his military and political life. The stately column that stretches heavenward from the plain whereon we stand bears witness to all who behold it that the covenant which our fathers made their children have fulfilled. In the completion of this great work of patriotic endeavor there is abundant cause for national rejoicing. For while this structure shall endure, it shall be to all mankind a steadfast token of the affectionate and reverent regard in which this people continue to hold the memory of Washington. Well, may he ever keep the foremost place in the hearts of his countrymen. The faith that never faltered, the wisdom that was broader and deeper than any learning taught in schools, the courage that shrank from no peril and was dismayed by no defeat, the loyalty that kept all selfish purpose subordinate to the demands of patriotism and honor, the sagacity that displayed itself in camp and cabinet alike, and above all, that harmonious union of moral and intellectual qualities which has never found its parallel among men. These are the attributes of character which the intelligent thought of this century ascribes to the grandest figure of the last. But other and more eloquent lips than mine will today rehearse to you the story of his noble life and its glorious achievements. To myself has been assigned a simpler and more formal duty, in fulfillment of which I do now, as President of the United States and in behalf of the people, receive this monument from the hands of its builder and declare it dedicate from this time forth to the immortal name and memory of George Washington.
After President Chester A. Arthur's speech, the day concluded with a large parade led by Civil War hero Lieutenant General Philip Sheridan, which marched down Pennsylvania Avenue. The day's festivities concluded with a beautiful fireworks display. Thank you for joining us today. We invite you to watch all our videos from famous funerals to diving into the archives to find generations of history. And always please remember to be kind in everything you do, including the comments you make.